This is Matt for Behind the Gloves in association with S-Jam Boxing, and delighted to be joined by the beast from the east, Anthony Yarde. Anthony, it's been a while out the ring. You're a couple of days away now. How are you feeling? Ready to go?
I'm feeling fantastic, man. I'm ready to go. I'm excited to have fans back.
Is that going to be huge for you, having the fans back, where you get a reaction off the punches? Because you're someone who does seem to feed off that energy. You know, we've seen you get on the ring ropes at the end and you're almost like trying to please, trying to entertain. Is that a key factor for you, having fans back in an arena?
100%. That's even the reason I started boxing. It was that the thrill of the crowd roaring, and that's what I built myself up to, you know, big crowds. So it was something that was missing, so I'm very happy to have it back.
You had a fight supposed to be booked in for April, but sadly had a dental mishap. How much of a relief is it that you're sort of here now on fight week, where nothing really should go wrong between now and Saturday night and you'll be back in the ring?
Oh, I'm feeling good. Again, the preparation's been done. Weigh-in tomorrow and then fighting that Saturday, so I'm looking forward to it.
How's weight? Everything all right? Making weight easy? Feel strong? Feel fit at the weight?
I feel fantastic, man. I feel fantastic. The weigh-in's tomorrow, so again I'm going to go and do my last training session after this, and then fight night, it's explosiveness and explosions.
Now, because of the time out you've had out the ring, in a way, although it frustrates you, did that sort of give you a bit more time to sort of hone in on your skills and sharpen the tools so that you can be even more prepared? I know fighters want to fight, but it gives you sort of that extra time to prepare.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Boxing, you never stop learning. So it's about structuring things, getting things done in the right way, and again, as you get older and as you get more experience in the sport of boxing, you learn different things, and you learn more about your body, you learn more about yourself, you learn more about your mind, and it's just, for me, it's just about being ready and fighting that.
Now, your camp, there was always that big announcement where you were going to make a change to your camp. Not taking anything away, but you've added to it. I know you've answered these questions, but just for the viewers behind the gloves, tell us what type of experience does James Cook bring, and how does that help you prepare for these fights and obviously the bigger fights that are yet to come? James
Cook, again, he's very respected. He's an MBE. He fought at a very good level as well himself as a professional. So again, he's come. What he's brought to the table is being a needed critic during training, and again, for me, it's going to be interesting to me to see how it goes in terms of advice given in the corner. You know, things he notices, things he might tap Tudley and say, tell Anthony this, or he might jump in and say something, and I feel like that's what I needed.
I was going to say, is that something you feel that has been missing from your camp? Someone to say, actually, Anthony, you need to be doing this, change how you do that, you know, just to sort of make them little changes that will make a big difference?
I think so, yeah. Even in the last fight, when people that don't box won't know this, but when you're actually in the ring, you get one picture of how the fight's going, and then when I watched it back, I was like, raw, like on that angle it looks different, completely different. So sometimes it's about getting that nudge to say, I know you're comfortable right now or whatever, but step it up, do this, do that, because you lost that round, or on the judges' cards you lost that round. So, and I'm a person, if I hear that, okay, do you get what I'm saying? So again, it's all about learning from your past, learning from the mistakes and tweaking them and adjusting them.
Obviously, initially after the fight, I don't want to dwell on this loss too long because you've been there, done that, and we're on to Saturday night, fresh start. But obviously you were very sort of animated afterwards, but when you sat back and watched it, do you maybe say, you know what, maybe I did lose that round, or did you sort of critique yourself a little bit more and say, I should have done more, I should have stepped on the gas there, I should have done this? Because like people were sort of saying it from that point, you know, this is what you should have been doing, and obviously you're in the ring and it's different. So did you see it from the other point of view after analysing it a bit more?
100%. You got it. You hit the nail on the head. That's probably the best explanation I've had since I've done interviews, and that's exactly it. When you're in there, when I was in there, it felt one way. When I watched it back, I was like, wow, like that. These rounds are closer than they look. And again, that little thing of stepping on the gas, I could have stepped things up earlier and done all these things, but again, I felt comfortable in there. But again, you know, someone that went through what I went through that year, it's hard to keep your mind on everything. I felt like I was in a gazing ring. I went to the wrong corner a couple of times in the fight, so that just shows you that my mind was, I feel like it's, and because of arena was so quiet, it's almost like you're sparring. Sometimes in sparring, you know, I know it's different.
Gym mentality.
Gym mentality. You know, you're working on things, you're practicing. And then last round came, so I was like, okay, cool. It would be nice if I get a little 12-round knockout. So I went for him. But again, it shows you what I'm capable of. I think he knows what I'm capable of as well, which is why you don't really want the rematch. But again, I'm 100% focused on this Saturday, and then once we get this fight out of the way, get this fight ticked off, we can focus on the next fight.
Do you think, something that I've not put down but I wanted to ask you, do you think sometimes you get a bit of unfair criticism? Because when you're coming up, people forget limited amateur experience, so you're getting that experience by building your record, and then when you blow away these guys, people will say, oh well, he's supposed to do that, and it's like, well, is it because of the amateur experience? And then you fight Kovalev and it's like, oh, he's not ready for that though. So it's like, do you find that there's no middle ground with you? It's either he's an absolute, you know, monster destroying people, or he's not ready for that. Do you feel that you do get a bit of, you know, unfair criticism because of that?
You know what? You're the guy. you
listen, Michelle. I'm telling you, you know.
You assess and read the situation, and that's exactly what it is. I had 12 amateur fights, and 11 of them 12 amateur fights were knockouts. So they didn't even go past the second round, most of them. And then as a professional, I blew away a lot of the people. So it's limited experience. So when I'm in these rounds and I'm boxing or whatever, remember, I'm still getting to know how the judge system works and all these kind of things, because I'm knocking people out. That's what I mean. And not only that as well, perception of the crowd. So I think what happens a lot of the time is, because I'm known for doing something, when I watch back the fight, and then again, people that I trust were giving me their opinion on it, they said, look, you're known for being a knockout artist and just beating people up. So because you didn't do that this fight and you decided to show more boxing, it looks like he made you do that. So that's what I'm saying, that's the perception. So judges will see that and be like, cool, Anthony's not getting on the inside because Lyndon Arthur is doing something to keep him at bay. And again, I can appreciate that and accept that, and that's something I can learn from.
Do you think when you do assess that rematch, and like I said, I'm not trying to get you to look past because I know you're locked in, what will be different? Will you look at that and go, you know what, I'm coming out of the blocks here, you're dealing with this from round one, not to give a game plan away, because at the end of the day, he's been in me once already, so it will go one or two ways. So what do you think will happen that will change the course of the fight in your favour?
I'll have to see after this fight. But I think he knows what's coming. That's why he don't really want the rematch. But all that matters is fight nights. And this Saturday I'm fighting, and then after this Saturday we can do all the talking, all the trash talk, all the what I'm gonna do, what he's gonna do. We can do all that after the fight.
No worries. Well, just before we go, I've just got to mention, as a sponsor for Behind the Gloves, there's a new app out called Fight Picks. It's basically like the Super 6 where you predict the football, £1,000 prize pool. You can enter for free. So for whoever's picking you to win, if they are picking you to win this Saturday, what are they doing? Are they picking an anti-Yarde knockout? Are they picking a points victory? What are they predicting? Tell the fans.
When you're watching me fight, you always predict that Anthony Yarde win by knockout. That's the best bet.
Is it still Lions in the camp?
It's always Lions in the camp, because Lions in the camp is a mentality. The Lions have no choice but to go out and hunt, and that's the same thing for me.
Well, Anthony, it's been a pleasure. Thanks for talking to Behind the Gloves, and fingers crossed we catch up again.
Love as always, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
It's Michelle Joy Phelps. If you haven't already subscribed to our YouTube channel, make sure you do so by clicking this icon right here, or else